How's it going, guys? Alright, we're back. I ran it 2 more times because it's been sitting over the winter. I don't know if you can tell the sludge that come out of it. This is, there's the date right there, 2013. But you gotta drain these quite frequently, and then the tanks start to rust on them anyways. Anyway, let's get to it. This is the case that I got. It's a Cougar MX410 Mesh G RGB. Yeah, lots of G's in RGB. Anyways, right here. Hopefully the light's good, but that's a GTX 1650 with DDR6. And yeah, it's got an Acceler 04 on it with 2 Corsair fans that run like 1600 RPM. And I'm just going to show you. This was the heatsink. Like, there's the box too. That's what it looked like. Anyway. The only reason I did it is because I wanted to overclock the hell out of it. I actually ended up pushing 2135 on the core and like 1,000 offset for the memory. And yeah, but for normal day-to-day use, I wouldn't even bother doing this. It's overkill. You just hit the power limit. It sits at 110%, 111%. Drawn like, I think it was like 100, what did I see? It's like 120 watts, I think I seen it pull, maybe? I can't remember. And then we got the D14, the classic. That one's from 2012. Still got the original fans on it. They're gross. And got the top all taped off. That's an intake fan. The fan is, or the case is modded quite heavily. It's supposed to have a power supply shroud, but eventually it's going to be completely gone. I might even do that today. The fan in the bottom, that's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be the exhaust. That hole was made by me. And then the power supply, I think, is just drawing air in from the bottom. Yeah. Because of the stupid shroud. But anyways, it's a pretty decent power supply, actually. It's the nicest one I've ever used. Not much to it. This crazy looking toggle switch, if you don't know, is for the clear CMOS. I basically just hot glued that to make it rigid so I can plug it in like a wall outlet. And then the fans for the graphics card are running off a double fan header, off one fan header. Should have them plugged in directly to the power supply so the fans kick on immediately. But yeah, I never did that. It doesn't get hot enough to worry about anyways. And the card's got micron memory. So I don't really worry about her too much. But even the graphics card, like the memory chips, I put heat sinks on them and everything. I'm pretty sure this is probably the fastest GTX 1650 on air. I don't know. Nobody else has tried it, I guess. Take on the challenge. But anyways, yeah, it was idling at about 30 degrees Celsius. Ambient temperature was probably 15, 20. And under load, if you gamed for like 8 hours, you'd get probably 52 degrees if you were lucky. Same thing, 15, 20 degree ambient. It's Canada, eh? So nice and chilly up here. It's got a B450 Tomahawk, Ryzen 3600 in it. overclocked big time. 4 sticks of 8 gig Crucial Ballistics Max memory. It's only single rank, unfortunately. And yeah, it's overclocked to 1T command rate at like 1.42 volts. Because that's how you do. You just let her dangle. And then this case actually has a lot of USB ports. That's one thing I like about it. But if you're gonna overclock, do the switch. Oh my god, it's so awesome. You got a USB-C to USB 3 adapter, because who owns USB 3 stuff? And then we got, get my hand out of the way there. Cougar's awesome fan hub that actually doesn't even plug into your motherboard. No PWM signal off it at all. Proprietary connectors. What are they? 6 pin? 5 pin? 6 pin. 6 pin fans. Just total garbage actually, and that's only taped on there. Then we got the 2 Crucial 1 terabyte hard drives. What are they? MX500s. And I don't even remember what my SSD is, because not my SSD, my M.2, because I voided the warranty the first day and slapped a homemade heatsink on her with some thermal cement. Anyway, I actually had to cut the bolts for the back of the Accelerow off from a previous build, because it was, when it was on my Z77 motherboard, I had a GTX 560 in this same CPU cooler with a i5 3570K. Anyways, the fins were pushing up against that, so I had to cut those off. And the D14, because it was in a different orientation at the time, I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, I had to do some dremeling, because this side, like the back side of the CPU cooler now, was facing down towards the graphics card, so I had to make holes for the bolts to stick up through the heatsink. But that was in a different case and a different time. Anyways, now we're gonna clean her. Might be a little loud, guys. Just the air compressor. But the reason why you want to drain the compressor is because you don't want your air nozzle blowing water and mud and rust, whatever, all over your components. So even if that does happen, just let it dry out. You'll be alright. Good idea to not just let the compressor run the whole time too, because you don't want to burn it up. Mine's just a little tiny one too, so if you get like a 40 gallon or something, you can pump it up. It's good for, you could probably clean 6 computers with it. I'm gonna unplug it pretty quick. And they're just going to do underneath and we're good to go. Here's where the problem was. That's pretty much it, guys. Just be careful too if you got a lot of PSI. Don't get the nozzle of your blower too close because it will blow fan blades right apart. Like 140 mil fans, if you got high airflow fans or something, or any fan with a thin blade, like these Cougar fans, I'd consider those to have pretty thick blades. Those are quite chunky, but still. They're pretty tough compared to some Corsair ones. But the Corsair Airflow 140s, they'll actually explode over time. The hub just expands and then the blades hit the outside of the frame. I've had it happen to 3 of them. I got 1 left in the top. I had 4. But anyways, I'm gonna turn the compressor on and give her one more go over, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take her easy.